I'm back. Hey everybody, welcome to a special session this evening here on Saturday night. And I'm coming back on because I didn't get to all of the donations and none of the free readings from the earlier session. So I'd like to come back, of course, back on and complete all those out while I'm able to do that in my life. And so I am doing that. There is no chat in the session because I'm not taking any new requests. I'm strictly finishing out everything from earlier. I will be back tomorrow morning, though, at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, if you'd like to join me then for any new readings. After I'm done here, I will post a comment listing the donation, the 3 donations that I'm going to complete. You're up first, and then the order of everyone else of which I completed the free readings so that you can find your reading more easily. I think that's everything. So let's get into it. I'm going to continue to use the craft cards for the donations, and then I'll be using the Light Seers double-decker tarot deck for the others. So Nelia Medeiros, you are up first. Thank you again so much for your donations and your multiple donations, and thank you for your patience in getting to the this additional question. So, you want to know any messages from your future soulmate, true love, or any messages regarding it? All right, let's take a look here and see what messages are coming through here. All right, so they do want that one and that one. This one is primary, though, and then they wanted that one and these two. All right. So I like the energy here coming in from this individual because I know maybe the 7 of Swords doesn't seem like it's a good card to get when you're talking about your future soulmate, because it usually represents deceptive thoughts, thievery, cheating, all that kind of stuff. But this is about what they've gone through already. And this is why I like that when that comes up, because I know, like, in my life, when my mom had, a lot of pain from being cheated on and, first and second husbands and different things, and it's like I saw the pain my mom went through, and then I experienced it myself. I was on that side of it happening to me several times too, and when that happens to you, which has happened to them, you have this, I know how it feels. I'm never gonna do that to someone else, and I like that. So they have that, yeah, I've witnessed it. They've witnessed it within their family and how people were hurt. They've had it happen to them, and they're like, "I never wanna put someone through that." And so I like that kind of approach that comes in with that. So that's right off the bat, that's underneath the surface there, and let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is, a heightened way of thinking, a way of, perceiving things. I feel like this is, especially with the 7 of Swords coming in here, they really have a unique way of clarity of looking at life, and I like that. It feels like they had a really rough earlier part of their life, but it brought so much clarity in what's important and what's not, that they're not a whole lot bothers them, that like they're really stable. They see things from a higher perspective instead of, sweating the small stuff. They see things from the big picture, and I like that as well. So what else we got here? Yeah, when it comes to making decisions with the 2 of Swords, they do have this balance between their head and their heart. They know when to close their eyes, open their heart, not make decisions strictly from, logic in the mind. They also make it from emotion, and they understand that requires a great balance. So there's this balancing energy I feel in here when they make decisions with that. It just feels very solid. Like I said, I feel like they've got a good head on their shoulders because they learned the hard way when they were younger. So they've got a great perspective on how to look at these things. Yeah. They had a lot of here's the heartbreak, and so this confirms it for us that they've been through it. They had a lot of that disappointment and feeling the pricks of the heart and all of that when they were younger. So this is the 7 of Swords all coming together here. All this swords energy. Maybe they might even be an air sign, but they've done a lot of huge thinking coming in here. Yeah, and they choose joy. They had this earlier life where they chose lower vibrational emotions because of everything they went through, and they realized, and I like this, they came to that point of, if I continue to focus on how everything has gone wrong and how I feel life happens to me, I'm gonna be a victim all my life, and I do not wanna do that, and this is when they step it out of that and they choose joy. So, they if I have a choice to cry or to laugh, I'm gonna laugh, and I like that kind of bright energy that comes in here. Yeah, okay, yeah, they definitely are an air sign. You got the King of Swords, ruler over the sword suit, but all the kings get a second portion of air. So a lot, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of 7 are air. So I imagine they're either Aquarius, if you're lucky, I'm an Aquarius. No, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, all, possibilities with that. They might just have a lot of air in their birth chart too, but they're big thinkers and they think for things here. But they also have emotions, a lot of emotional ability to come in here too. So I like that, that they're able to do all that, but they're also, maybe they are Aquarius because they got the water bearer energy with the 7 of cups and with the King of Swords coming in. So I like that, for you, and I feel like they wanted you to know that that's where they're coming from, and, it's a good feeling. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. Put the card back in here. All right, get my mouse over here. All right, and up next, we've got Supernova. Thank you for your multiple donations. You're, such a great supporter. I feel, so blessed. So thank you for that. And this was your little halo angelic emoji for number 6. So let's take a look here. And let's see, we've got here. And so I just want to make sure I didn't get notification that this is live. Let me just make sure here. If I'm doing all this blabbing and it's not live, I just want to make sure here. So I don't see anyone in. Thought I saw someone jump in, but better safe than sorry. So let me just double check here real quick. Okay, yeah, it does show we're live, so that's good. All right, I just want to make sure. All right, so Supernova, how could your words and your songs inspire others? What makes your creative force powerful? All right, a great question. Let's take a look here and see what they have to say here. So, what makes your creative force powerful, and how do your words and song inspire others? All right. All right. So, your songs inspire others. There's this death and this rebirth, and I like this. Part of this is like there's this story of your life that you tell, through here about this. I don't know. It's like coming, like a resurrection out of the coffin. It just feels like there's this. Your music just um, has the words and how you do the music. It just brings you to this place. It helps create pictures, the words that you use along with the music, just this combination that comes through with this. It just takes them on this journey, and they can go with it because they can resonate so much with the stories and with the energy, the feeling of the music that comes in here. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah. And we were talking about the transmutation here too. The creative force that comes in here, this energy that you hold in this connection with spirit, with the Page of Cups. There's this. See, how can you say this? It's like you you in a way channel spirit, right? But you're allowing this beautiful ebb and flow with spirit and your higher self where, they're bringing in the knowledge, they're bringing in the energy, they're bringing in the vibration, and it's like you're putting the story into human, because spirit, they don't, um, we don't grasp humanity like humans do when we're going through it because we're living it. They can feel things through us, but it's different. Because we're veiled and they're not, we have this limitation of, I'm down here doing all this stuff. We don't see the expansiveness and the powerfulness of us like they do. So when they look at us, they're like, yeah, we know, you're going through that. So you'll get through it. You're fine. You're like, you don't understand what it feels like when we're down here. And then, so this is how you putting your humanity into it is a big piece of it. So hopefully, hopefully that makes sense. um yeah, and here's the words, the energy in the words, you're really being careful with the words you choose and the energy you put behind it. And when you realize this, and I don't know if maybe it's because of dealing so much with, being I used to be in a chat team at work, and I did a lot via email when I was a manager and stuff. We communicated a lot in writing and everything else, and then, chatting with friends via text and, Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger and everything else through decades. You start to really understand when a certain word is used, what energy is behind it. You start picking up things, and I feel like that's a piece of what happens here. The more you're writing, the more the words that you're using, you're just like, no, that's not quite the word that brings the energy behind it. And you'll see it sometimes even in the readings I do. I'm like, it's it's confusing. No, confusing's not the right word. I'm like, how does this feel? And it's like, no, it's this word. And it's like, yeah, that's more fitting. And I feel like that's what you do, with all of that there. Yeah, and it has to do with this, sorry, I gotta cover up some stuff here. The emotional choice is coming in with the Lover's card. There is this, um, and it's funny, your um inspiration here. Eventually you will fall in love. Just get used to the idea. You have the Lover's card come up a lot, and we've kind of skirted around it, but this time they're saying, like, no, love songs are going to be a huge piece too. You're going to experience things. That's part of our mirrors. And relationship readings, relationship songs, even if it's not romantic, it's about how you dealt with someone, the friend that betrayed, or the family feud, the inner family feud. You'll have different things and different experiences that are so not unique to everyone has experienced them. And that's the relation that comes into it. And the way that you say it and the way you present it is what's important with it all. So that's what's coming in there for you with that. So hopefully that makes sense. And thank you again for your donation, Supernova. I appreciate that. All right. And then the last donation before we head into the free readings is Johanna. So, Johanna, thank you so much for your additional donation. And I screenshot the year Chiron in Scorpio just because it's late and I'm kind of um, winding down with my energy. I want to give it the due diligence. So I wrote it down on my calendar, and we'll try to bring it up the next time I see you. If you're in tomorrow's, if not, we'll find some way to talk about that, because that wounded warrior with that Chiron, I'm interested and I want to dive into it. I just haven't had time because I've been nonstop all day. So we'll revisit that. So I just wanted to say that. But for your reading, you wanted to know, do you have a gift? And if so, what does Spirit want you to know about it? All right. Well, you definitely have a gift. I mean, really, we all have gifts and abilities. We chose that. Well, maybe in a lifetime we chose, like, I want to go down, to Earth without any gifts and rough it. It's like I'm going camping or whatever they have those Naked and Lost, whatever that reality TV show is. Is that like we come down here for that, right? So let's take a look here. Anything else? Too funny. Naked and Afraid. Well, the card came up again. So, um, let's see what this is about here. I feel like that just needs to stay on the end there. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you've got a lot of energy here. So you start off with the King of Wands. King of Wands is this, they very much are able to control their energy and move their energy, and they rule over the wand suit. It's actually the highest expression of spiritual energy, which can be your higher self. But when you have also the magician, there's a lot of focal energy. It's like whatever you put your mind to or your manifestation energy to, you can make happen. But there's a lot of energetic movement that comes in with this. So I like this healing type of energy. I don't know if you've ever looked into qigong, reiki. It doesn't even have to be an organized energy, because my energy work I was doing long before I even knew about reiki, and I'm all about a rebel, not anyone telling me how to do anything that I do. I'm Aquarius energy, it's the rebel. But I feel like that's for you too. You have this ability of energy movement, of doing things like, I don't know, like it can be any type of energy work that you feel inspires you, and that comes through because you also have the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing energy, birthing energy that comes in with all this. And I just feel like there is this, that nurturing and that energy coming together is very like healing type of transformational, right? You even have the World card, which is helping people bring endings of cycles and beginning of new adventures, freedom, release things like releasing therapies, or even if it's chakra work, meridian work, acupressure, acupuncture, anything that's about flow of energy and helping people release things and transform things. All of that is like very here, and I feel like it's a very much an ability. And you've got even here the King of Cups that's coming in here too, which is the balancing of the head and the heart. So again, balancing type of energy coming in here, and two kings, an empress, and two major arcana. So significant type of energy work. And we even talked about, yeah, now that they're like, hey, you remember we talked about the wounded warriors and the energy work and the helping of people, emotional energy movement, and whatever can happen too. So I like this. And, if you've had an interest in that, or if not, then, I just feel like you have a heart to help, and you have a heart of service, and you came here on purpose for a purpose to experience your own life and everything else. But I just feel like that Chiron and that becoming that centaur really makes sense now. I totally forgot we talked about that till just now. And if you look up Chiron, and in the story of Chiron, in that they were this centaur who got wounded, and they couldn't heal their, in this case they couldn't heal their own wounds, but they helped others. They became the trainer of leaders. They became the healer of the wounded. And I feel like that's an important piece of all that. So something to look into. And then we'll look at the Chiron in Scorpio, and we'll circle back around on that too. All right. So there we go. That's it for right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. All right. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And so we're going to switch back over. I pre shuffled again the Light Sears Tarot. I've got two piles again, like I did earlier today. And I have almost two complete decks of Light Sears. It's two decks minus one card because it was bent, and I had a donation of a deck to me once. And so now I have joined them into one huge mega double decker, but I shuffle them all up, and I split them off into two piles. And then we're going to take two cards, one card from each for the free readings. So let me get these free readings moved over, at least some of them, and we will get into it. Boom, 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 boom. All right. We'll start with these. So, Blessed One, you are up first. You want to know what is coming into your life. So, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. You know, there's this nudge here, with this star card is like your dreams come true. What is your wish come true? What is your dream come true? Right. And the Two of Wands is about making plans. So, if you don't know what this is like discovering what is my dharma, my life purpose. What do I want to do with my life? How do I uniquely want to express this unconditional love energy in my heart with the world, right? And how, this is about looking and making plans and taking steps towards it. So it's time for action. It's time for movement to come in here with all that. And this is that nudge that's coming in here. Let me just move some stuff around. There we go. To identify it if you don't know what it is, and if you don't, I mentioned this. It's a great book, "Discovering Your Dharma" by Sahara Rose, and you can look at. She has a website, iamsahararose.com. She has some quizzes in there too, like it's under the what is it under? There's I don't know. What was it? My mind went blank. Well, it's like your purpose. Is it a life purpose tab? Anyway, there's some tabs there, and one says like purpose, but there's like a dharma um archetype quiz, and then under the Vita tab, there is a dosha, energy quiz. It's purpose tab. If I didn't say, I think it's purpose, and those kind of things help you. And if it really resonates, then I don't get. I'm not affiliated with her at all. I just am a fan of that book. She's hilarious. I follow her on Instagram too, but very much powerful energies guiding you to go, what is your dream? And let's take some steps towards it. Let's plan, make some plans, and take steps. It's time. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for you, Blessed One. So many blessings to you. And then Musical Beer, you are up. Is R currently dating someone? No. No, they were. They had the death card here, and the Nine of Pentacles is them. This is the Hermit number 9 and alone in the outside world. So I don't feel like they're dating anyone. They ended something. I don't know how recently, but they whatever they were in, they ended and they're currently single. So boom, can't get more clear than that. All right, so that's what they have for you, Musical Beer. Boom, boom, boom. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else to add into that, except to maybe find out how long it was ago, and if it's too recent ago, they you don't want to be with a serial monogamous that goes from relationship to relationship to relationship. They might need some time just to transform a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's what they have for you, Musical Beer. All right. And then Macaroni, you are up. Will you travel for work anytime soon? Yeah, I think you will. You've got both of these look like they're in these circles and having fun, but you got the World card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and the Wheel of Fortune is, you know, the Wheel of Fate's turning and things feel good, and even your human is like, "This is great," and so it usually is like it means that some things are unfolding that your human really enjoys, so if you want to travel, then that's a yes, right? Because especially with that World card being the beginning of some new adventures that are coming. I feel like very much so. So I like that for you. And the world card, I feel like it's some significant travel, not just like, oh, you're flying to another city close by. It's like you're going significantly across countries or into another countries as well. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Macaroni. Many blessings. And then content, you want to know when will you meet a partner? Let's take a look here. Well, it does look like here that there's when you have peace of mind, then you will find a partner. So never, right? No, you're just like, what? When you have mental stability, well, I'm just saying, just jokes content. Because you have the Nine of Swords, which represents nightmare and insomnia. And there's a lot of, beliefs and thoughts and stuff you have around relationships and love. This is what keeps you from allowing it to come in. So this is you looking at what are all these things? What are all these stories that I have around, what a relationship is supposed to be and a partner and all that? And when we have so many restrictions and so many fears, we draw in lower vibrational experiences, and lower vibrational relationships usually don't last a long time unless we really want to be tortured. They usually blow up, right? But this is about questioning that. The Four of Swords is about looking at these from a different perspective, really questioning and getting to the root of the fear so that you can transform them and release them. Then there's not these triggers, there's not these fears, and that changes the energy of your love and of what your energies, and it draws in something higher vibrational for love instead of lower vibrational. So you want to continue to do what you always have done and get what you always have gotten, right? No. It's like when we have so many rules around relationships, supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, it really blocks us in, doesn't allow us to see and have these opportunities. This person's on like back order for, I don't know, 300 years. But if we can cut away these expectations, these thoughts and these beliefs, these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, it opens things up, and that allows love to come in sooner. Lower vibration is an anchor, it slows things down. Higher vibration speeds things up and brings things in sooner. So the when is really in your hands. The more you do that and work on those things, the faster they come in for you. So that's what they have for you right now. Content. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Gene XO, you are up. So what is your connection with Virgo? What is it ultimately supposed to be? Maybe also check the underlying energies. I'm using a double deck so that the underlying energies won't work in this particular situation that I'm having here, but we'll get two cards here and just see. Ultimately supposed to be, yeah, we've got the Sun card here, which is Leo energy, but it's the inner child, and the Six of Swords, movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, choppy waters to calmer waters. And there's this past life energy that I feel is bringing you guys in here. And so, when you're like, what is what is your connection supposed to be? I do feel like there is a faded type of relationship that you guys are supposed to have. You will have, it's either faded or it's not, when we come to relationships. We either have a faded one we come in, and it's like it's designed, it's agreed, you guys are going to have it, you're going to experience it, you're going to have all that. And then or optional, which means we get to choose whether we want it or not. It's not a requirement for what we came down here to experience. It's just an extra we can add on a vacation. Oh, let me have the horseback riding or whatever. But this, with the Sun card being the inner child and the lower subconscious region where the Akashic records are, that's the feeling that it brings in, the energy it brings in with me is like past life connections, but that means soul connections. And I feel like that means that it is faded. That's what I feel with that energy. And the Six of Swords, Six of Cups is one of my past life connection cards. And when I see the Six of Swords, it's like, yeah, but there is this lessons that you guys want to learn from each other, these awarenesses you want to bring for each other too. And the way I'm holding the card, you see how those two birds, it's like there's a third bird there, but now they wanted to show the two birds flying um, over there too. So I do feel like you guys are faded. Lucky you. Doesn't mean it's going to be all, flowers and honey either, or whatever they say. But it's, I feel like you guys are destined to, you know, I don't feel like marriage. I don't feel like even committed relationship kind of to that extent. That would be like, I just feel like you guys are destined to have these interactions and be in each other's life for a while till you've learned what you've needed to learn. And I don't feel like it's like a faded relationship, but not a faded, committed, long term kind of thing where they're going to be the one that you're going to be with the rest of your life or something like that. This is like more of a stepping stone to get you to where you're going, but it is a faded stepping stone. It's an important one that helps you learn a lot about yourself and relationships and what you want and what you don't want to prepare you for what comes further down the road. All right. Wow. That's what they have for you. So many blessings, Gene. And let's move this up. And we've got the doll face diva coming in. So messages from spirit. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So you've got the Eight of Swords coming in here and see the mirror reflection and looking and identifying what of my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made me feel blinded, bound, trapped, held me back in the past, the indecisions, all these opinions that have kept me from moving forward because there's too much. It just feels like it's too much. I can't do what everyone has told me I'm supposed to do. It's some of it is even contradictory. How do I make that work? And I like this release and this clarity. Or the over here, your blindfold is taken off. You're not trapped. You've seen this reflection. It's a good movement. And then you have this emperor energy, this Aries energy, which is the emperor has like this, throne room with all these self-appointed advisors, right? Blah, 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 in their ear about the supposed to's, the shoulds. They're all saying, you need this, and there's a people need that, and there's contradictory things, and they're like, I can't please everyone. Everyone's demanding stuff, and they're saying this is has to be in. But I'm the emperor. Wait a minute. I'm the emperor. I'm the emperor. These are not emperors. Why are they telling me what to do? They can give me advice, but watch your tone about you better do this, emperor. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Better check yourself, right? And I like that. And so, the emperor at some point goes, "Thank you, everyone, for your opinions. Now you can leave the throne room. I got decisions to make." And this is you going, I'm clearing out these limiting beliefs, all this yak, 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 and clutter, and I'm going to decide what I want. And then you're making plans and you're stepping forward and you're having this movement. And I like this. I like there's the strings that you're cutting away, these I'm not going to be the puppet of anyone else. I'm deciding for me. And I feel like you've been getting braver and braver to go against some of these very strong voices that have been in your head a lot of your life. You whittled away a lot of these other ones, but there's like one or two voices that were just very much like, oh, if you go against them and don't take their advice, there's hell to pay. And you're like, you know what? Bring the hell. I'm going to live my life, because I'd rather be ostracized from someone's life and be living my life than be living a life that I feel imprisoned by. And I'm okay with releasing someone. So that's what's coming in there for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings. And then Day Sturgis, hello, hello. So general reading for you. Let's see what a spirit wants you to know right now. Yeah, you have this movement of thought and belief. I feel like you've been really facing a lot of your fears with this Nine of Swords. It's the Nightmare and Insomnia card, and a lot on your mind, a lot bubbling up, a lot that you're facing, a lot that you're transforming. Because with this Knight of Swords, that's movement of thought and belief. It's the pursuit of seeing things from different perspectives. And you've been putting a lot of effort into that. And I feel like that's just the general reading that they're saying is that continue to do that because you're cutting things away. You're so close to the 10, which is I'm cutting things out and I'm moving beyond things. You're really identifying and you're seeing things from a different perspective that's allowing you to cut away some of these old beliefs that don't serve you anymore, limiting beliefs, fearful beliefs, beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of and what you're not capable of, blah, 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 blah. A lot of opinion that you're sorting through, and you're just like, just take that whole pile of junk mail. Go, you know what? This is old junk mail. If there was anything in here, I would have gotten a new notice of cancellation or something. I'm chunking all those into the recycle bin, and I'm going to have freedom now. And so you're kind of just clearing out a lot of clutter up here, and I like that for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Day Sturgis. So many blessings to you. And then Shirley Maydor, you are up. Can you please tell me if you focus on your business, will you be able to survive for the year? Let's take a look here. If just focusing on your business, well, I got the Knight of Swords coming in again right after this. We got movement here with the Knight of Swords. It's reminding me of the Six of Swords. And, this High Priestess, I feel like if you stay where you're at trying to do your business, there's this movement. I think we got movement before. They're bringing it back. I mean, you know how many readings I do a week? That I'm remembering that you got a reading that was about it's time for you to move. I know you moved a couple years ago to get to this place to do this. I feel like there's another move, and the High Priestess is follow your heart, follow your gut, go. I feel like you're being drawn somewhere, and I feel like it's important for you to get on your motorcycle. I know you don't have a motorcycle, but get on there and allow this movement, because it's reminding me of the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking, but it's movement of location too that comes in here. So I feel like it's time to really consider changing and moving to um, somewhere where you're being drawn to. And that's what's coming in here. I just feel like where you're at has become stagnant. Where you're at is, I don't know if it's what's overstimulated mean? I don't know. Whoa, what kind of place are you at? No, it's like oversaturated. That was the word, not stimulated. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff there, and I feel like I just feel like you're being drawn somewhere else. So I just feel like it's not, you wouldn't make enough to make all the ends meet just doing your business, but I feel if you go somewhere else that you would. But I feel like where you're at, no. Right, I know, but hey, it's always, there's something waiting for you. That's why things stop working out where you're at um sometimes, and this is the energy I'm feeling, though, is that it's becoming less and less comfortable there, so that you will go and feel the bravery and because I know moving, ugh, but in the fear and all that, when that gets outweighed by the ugly feeling and the uncomfortable feeling of staying where you're at, that's when we make move. So that's what I feel is going on. Right, Shirley, hang in there. So many blessings to you. All right, let me just move some more of these free ones over. And Nelia will be doing your free one here momentarily. So thank you for your donations earlier. I really appreciate that. And you want to know any messages from your guardian angels? Yeah, God, I feel like I'm going to pull out one of these guardian angel love cards here for you. Nope, not those. All right, try that again. It's fun shuffling heart cards. I think regular cards are tough. All right, so here's your message. I like the sides of these. Beautiful, beautiful card. And then you got dreams. Let's see if it'll focus here. Oh, there it goes. Maybe one more time. There it goes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'll read it, but at least you have it. You can pause if you want to screen capture it. It says, "This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision, and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest." I like this encouragement for you to do that, to really realize that the dreams that you have, your true dreams, your high heart dreams, not the dreams that were given to you by humans, right? Um, but what you've what you desire inside, how you uniquely want to share this unconditional love in your heart with the world. I feel it's like it's like a star card. It's a dream card. Wish upon a star. Find out what it is. If you don't know what it is, spend some time reflecting, going, how do I want to share love with the world in my own special way? Not trying to fit in with what how everyone else is doing it, what you've been told to do, but what do you want to do? And I feel like they're supporting that, and that they're telling you that they're around you and surrounding you, supporting you in these dreams, and you're never alone in it. I do like that they want you to just be okay with asking them for assistance. Nothing is too small to ask about. Clarity, signs, guidance, movement, and they will always be moving in your favor anyway. But of your own free will, if you ask them, they'll also want to communicate. So they just want you to know that, especially if you've been seeing repeating numbers, that's them letting you know, just a reminder, we're here for you. So I like that. So that's the message they have. They didn't even want to pull tarot. They just wanted to pull that card, talk about your dreams, let you know that they're there for you. Identify it if you don't. Put plans together. Ask them for clarity. Ask them for support. Your team is with you. Rah rah rah. Boom ba, whatever. They're very, they're your cheerleaders, and they are supporting you, and they want you to know that. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. I like it. So many blessings to you. And then Swaroop Bobby, you would like a love reading. And if you asked for one earlier, I did do a reading for you earlier. So if you didn't catch that, make sure to catch the replay of the second one, because you have additional information there too. All right. Yeah. So your love reading here is you have love coming down the pike here with the Page of Cups, but they're having you prepare here with the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups energy is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and relationships that no longer serve you. When we get that combination of these cards, it means that they are gearing up for you here, where you can evaluate your relationships. Where are you investing emotion, right? And you're going to identify somewhere like, well, I'm the one maintaining these. I'm putting in 80% here, 70% here, 90% here. Any relationship you're consistently giving more than 50%, look at reducing, right? Even eliminating. When you'll know, you already know, like, oh, I know, I'm getting rid of that one, that one, that one. These I'm going to kind of look at still. I'm gonna, instead of giving 90%, I'm gonna back off to 50. If they don't make up the difference, then I am gonna back totally off. But you're really evaluating where you investing all your emotional energy, because they're encouraging you to build up this energetic, emotional storehouse, so that you're prepared for this relationship that's coming. Because if you don't have anything to give, it's gonna like that, right? Also, the Eight of Cups is about looking at those emotions that are below the surface, these things that you've been pushed down since you were like 7 years old and younger. Emotions that you didn't know what to do with because you were a child, and all you knew is, well, what I do with my feelings is I either cry, throw a fit, or laugh. And they said I was okay to laugh, but I couldn't cry or throw a fit for several years. So all that stuff was pushed down. And so it's a time for you to spend time with your inner child, to bring and allow them the space to feel and express what they're going, like, yeah, you go ahead and throw a fit. You go ahead and cry. I'm going to hold the space for you to do that, and you're protected. I'm giving you permission. They let it out. They feel it. Then the energy that's required to hold those emotions down comes back to you, because you're transformed. You don't have to hold them down anymore. You've brought them up, allowed them to flow, and they're gone. And then all that energy is like holding a beach ball or volleyball or basketball under the water. It takes a lot of energy, because if you let go, it goes right. So all that energy, you don't need to invest in that anymore. You get all that back. So I feel like that's the important thing, is they're having you do that to prepare you. And the more that you do that, and the more the storehouse comes up, the faster it can come in. But until you have enough energy available, it doesn't draw in faster, because it doesn't want to, in a way, set you up for failure. We're gonna make sure you have enough of that emotional energy stored up before we move forward. All right. So that's what they have for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Tune Him. You are up. I know, finally, right? Appreciate your patience with the process. It is a free reading, so I appreciate your patience and having it come your way here. And you want to know, what does Vanessa want from you? All right. So you got the Page of Pentacles here, which is new beginnings, new starts, higher experience, and the Eight of Cups is leaving behind old emotions, leaving behind old ways of thinking, old relationships. I feel like, with this, it's like a restart, but they want, and they truly want to be able to leave some old, like, I almost feel like they want you to leave some old friendships, some old connections behind. They want to have a restart, but they're like, we've got to have like a significant change in our emotional energy, if that makes sense. And, leaving behind some old stuff. But I feel like it's like old emotions, like, don't bring this stuff up anymore with each other. But I feel like they're more like, we got to leave behind some people that are not healthy for interactions with you guys. And I feel like they want you to leave that behind in order to have this heightened experience in the outer world, if that makes sense to you here. So, pages can be like a second chance. Um, but, you know, if there is something, that you guys have had happen between you and if there's something that they did that they are saying, I've changed now and I want back, or vice versa, give yourself each leeway of time to prove it and show it, not just say it, but show it. Show that things have changed. Show that you're willing, if it means that much to you. If it's like, no, if you can't say, for 3 months, let's hang out, let's not commit, let's not do everything, but let's just show each other who we are and not tell, but show. And then if you both can go, let's do it, and you can do it for 3 months, then you've actually changed your habit anyway over 3 months. But I feel like consistency and showing each other is important, with all that, if that makes sense. Right? So that's what's coming in for you, Tune. So many blessings to you. And then Minaheel, you wanted a general love reading. So let's take a look here and see what we got. What do we got here? So for love to come forward, there's some releasing of some old feelings of lack, of being left behind, being left out in the cold, fears of abandonment. The Ten of Swords is, you're ready to let this go, but it needs to be let go in order for a relationship to be able to come in, because there are those beliefs of, you know, I'm not good enough, or they're not good enough, or I don't deserve that. And these can be things that are below the surface, bubbling, bubbling, bubbling away too. And so it's important for you to really look into that, because it's exhausting, right? This I'm not good enough, and these I'm afraid, a lot of fear-based things of, I have to do this or it means that. And that just feels like a prison, right? And you're ready to escape. And what I like is, in this, if you see back behind her here, there's the key back over here, right? You have the key for the door to open it up and go through. Sorry, this really creaky here. Let me adjust. I think I was on the edge, making it creak, creak, creak. But it's making an adjustment, right? So it's not so noisy in your head, so that you can have this freedom and this movement and this opening up of that. So I like that for you. I feel like there's just some inner stuff that you're doing, releasing some lower vibrational things that are slowing things down, that are have in the past drawn in lower vibrational experiences, because like attracts like. And you're ready to raise that vibration, and you have been. But there's some finalization of some stuff that can happen to really open this up, and then the door flies open, and then you're like, okay, now I feel like I can accept a higher vibrational relationship, because I feel I'm worthy of it. And not just here feeling worthy of it, but down here feeling worthy of it. Because that's the difference. Up here, we're like, yeah, I deserve love. And then in here, we're like, no, we don't. So when that changes, then everything else changes too. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings, many heal. And then Dorella Caporali. So do you see Tony calling you before your birthday? Well, happy early birthday to you here. And well, we got the Three of Cups. It's joy, celebration, Justice card coming in here. And that's interesting because Justice is more about balancing thought and belief and mindset coming in here. Um, so I feel like there's a great possibility there with the Three of Cups before the celebration. But it's important for you with this communication, this balanced communication to come in here to really just um I'm going to try to say it this way. Step away from fear of what it means if they do or do not. And I feel like with the transformation and the balancing of that mental energy, that's what allows communication, allows it to happen because when we focus our mental energy or any of our energy on like you know, things I'm missing or things that I'm fearing or things that I'm wanting, it when we focus on our fears, we draw the fearful thing to us. The not I'm like, "I fear they won't call." Well, here comes the not call, right? If I'm like, "I miss them," then like, "Oh, you enjoy missing them? We'll make you miss them more." We won't have them call. Or wanting, "I really like wanting them to call." Well, if you like wanting them to call, they can't call you because then you'll stop wanting because they're called you. And so when we change that to gratitude, we change our mental concept of, you know what? I'm okay either way. I'd like them to call. I'd like to talk to them. And I'm grateful for all the times they have called and for the grateful for the times other people have called. You start focusing on gratitude and changing that energy, and then we see those things change. Three of Cups is joy and celebration too. So that makes sense with all of that. So hopefully that helps. It's very empowering when we realize that it impacts every area of our life. What we kind of grasp, it sends in the other direction. When we're gratitude and we open our hands, it comes to us. It's amazing. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dorella. So many blessings to you. Just move some more over here. Whoa, things going crazy over here. All right. So, Livier Vergara. Hopefully, I didn't murder that too much. My apologies. So, we know who is the person that you need to take care from. Will he stop his humiliation towards my person? So, who is this? Who is the person that you need to take care from? Will he stop his humiliation towards your person? All right. Not quite getting the total grasping of that, but let me pull cards. Spirit knows what you're looking for here. So you got the Ace of Swords and you got the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is I don't need to defend anyone, you know. Um the mindset is what's important here, right? And so what this is saying here with this both of this Ace of Swords and the Seven of Wands is that no one can humiliate me, right? And you're like, wait, 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 wait. And it's like, just hear me out. No one can humiliate me. People can do something that people can have an opportunity to take as humiliating, but no one can humiliate me. I can say, all right, good for you for doing that. Bravo, and not allow it to impact me whatsoever. People can't make me feel any way. They can do things and I can choose to feel a certain way by my stories, by my emotional choices, by my energetic and physical choices, right? So, the person that you need to take care of to have humiliation stop is your person who's feeling humiliated. That's where it has to stop because I'll tell you what, we only, you know, I can only feel humiliated if I allow myself to feel humiliated and I feel like I'm a humiliation in some way. If I have a belief in here and someone says it, then it's a big deal to me. If someone says to me, you know, you're an alien from another planet. I'm like, "Oh, you're funny." But if they're like, "You're unlovable," so the difference is not in what people are saying, it's about the stories I believe in here. So if your person believes things in here, and we fear other people are gonna believe this person doing things, and they're gonna humiliate me in front of anyone, you know what? Your true friends, the people that love you, are not gonna believe the BS that people say. And if they're trying to humiliate people are like, "What a jerk," right? The people that truly love, it's the they that we're worried about. But what's amazing is when we're concerned about these people that don't know us, making judgments about us without knowing all the facts, why do we care about these opinions? They're stupid opinions that are unfounded and it's like that's a bad choice of an opinion that you believe that. So why do I believe you? You're not trustworthy. You're not intelligent. You don't make intelligent decisions by that. And then so we really release ourselves from that power. They can't make us feel any way. We only can, and we can release it. So you really can't do anything. You can talk to your person and go, why do you believe that? Where do you believe that's true in some way? That they're with how they're trying to humiliate you, and who are you afraid will believe them? And what if it is true? Even if it is true, and they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell everybody what you did," you're like, "Oh, that's blackmail," right? You're like, "You know what? No, I'm gonna tell everyone. Hey, everybody, just let you know, I did this. Say la vie, I'm human. He who is without sin cast the first stone," right? And there's this freedom that comes from this, so hopefully that helps. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. So freedom comes from it. There's no need to defend because the only reason we defend is when we're in fear. And what do you have to fear? Get to the root of that. There's no trigger. When people come up to you and they're like, I'm going to blackmail, I'm going to tell everybody, blah, blah, blah. You're like, go ahead. I don't care. You don't? No, go ahead. Well, I'm going to go do it. All right, fine. No, here, I'm going to do it myself. And they're like, what? You take away the power of other people who are trying to manipulate when you don't allow yourself to be manipulated. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. And then Vargas, your free question, and thank you for your donations earlier. You want to know what's coming towards you good? Let's take a look here. What's coming good? Wow, look at this. I love the balancing of the head and the heart with the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Wands is joy, celebration, gathering coming here. So I feel like you're gonna get some communication, like maybe invited to some sort of wedding or party or celebration, and I like it. Whatever it is, whether it's a family reunion or something where you're being invited, go because I feel like you meet some great people there and it helps bring this balance between your head and your heart, and it just is very, I don't know, just if it's a girls night out or whoever it might be, I just feel like there's this celebration that comes in where you might be like, no, I better not do it. Go enjoy it, allow yourself to let loose and have some fun, choose some joy, and you have that opportunity that's coming up, so I like it for you. All right, so that's what they have for you, Vargas. And then Lara, you are up next. All right, let me just move some more stuff over here real quick. And thanks for being a new subscriber. And you want to know, will you date someone this year? All right. We'll take a look here. Let me just, whoa. I think my computer's getting tired. All right, there we go. So, will you date someone this year? I feel here um you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the hermit's journey, the pentacles, the outside world. There is this alone kind of energy here, but you're not alone completely. You have spirit with you. Five of Swords is this confliction between your head and your heart. And what I feel like this now, there is a possibility to date someone, but I feel like it's spirit is really wanting some alone time with you, your higher self and your spiritual posse, because there's this conflict between your head and your heart. And it could be that you've been, you know, if you have fears and expectations and these beliefs around relationship and love, and you've been drawing in the same type of individual, when we do what we've always done, we get what we've always gotten. And if our image isn't changing as far as our the way we're looking at things and our mindsets and our emotions and different things, doesn't matter what mirror we look in, we're going to see the same reflection. So we're going to keep getting that same type. I know 5 relationships when I finally was like, why do I keep on bringing in the same person? And spirit was like, well, you keep drawing in the teachers that are showing you what you want to see about yourself until you see it. And then you're like, oh, wow. And so I did some great inner work, and then I didn't draw on that same type of person anymore. Um, a great book that helped me is actually this book here, Deepak Chopra, The Path to Love. We're actually reading this in our Praying Mantis members, and it's a great book because it tells us a lot about relationships and self-love and how relationships and the stages of it, and very just helpful, transformative, and it's been around for almost 30 years, I think. I think when I checked it was 27 years it's been out, maybe it was 17, but saying that, it's you can probably find it in a used bookstore if you need it. I got mine off a used bookstore site, and very inexpensive. There's a lot of them out there if you're interested in doing that. I feel like that will help do that. And as you change this and you raise your love vibration, if you stay at your current vibration, I don't feel like you'll have that this year. You won't have ones that'll get past the first day hanging out, communicating stages. I just feel like there'll be clashes and clashes and clashes. But I feel if you do that, this conflict that's inside of you will transform, and instead of being lower vibration that slows things down, higher vibration, higher self-love, or higher self-worth actually speeds things up. That does bring in the capacity and the ability to have someone that you regularly date, not just have a date or two with, but someone that you will be able to date and exclusively. What? I know. Right, but that's what they have for you, Laura, so hopefully that's helpful. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Amanda K. Hello, hello. So welcome. You and your crush Taurus, if you start contact, where would it lead? Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So you have the death card here, death and rebirth, though. 5 of Cups, transformational. And did we already do this one? I think we might have already done this one, right? I don't feel like I don't know, it just feels like you have a movement of emotion from lower vibration to higher vibrational here, but I don't feel like it would end up where you want it to be here. I just feel like there's this um eventually it just sounds familiar because I think I mentioned something like you never want to meet your crush. You never want to meet like your, favorite movie star or whatever. They're like disappointing. Um, and because it's like it doesn't turn out being what we thought it was going to be, our vision of the crush. And I think I mentioned that like you see someone drive by you and you think they were hot, and then you get to a red light and you look over and you're like, oh, that wasn't my vision in here at all. That's the kind of letdown I feel like it would be if it unfolds that way. So sorry. All right. So that's what they have for you, Amanda K. Many blessings to you. And then HTTPS. Hello, hello. Thank you. And then for your free one, you have messages from your spirit team. Of course. Let's take a look here. We got this 8 of Pentacles coming in, which magician, if you're being nudged and have this desire to go back to school, get certifications, learn, and you have all of this power and all this ability, got a lot of knowledge already that you can actually teach and help. But if you're wanting more, you have all this ability and capacity to really put some fire into it and, kind of move from an apprentice to a master, to move to this from the student to the teacher. You have this strong ability with all of this that's coming in here. Just like they're reminding us of a reading we had a couple months ago just about that there's this movement forward. You are being drawn, you have this calling to teach and share some of the knowledge that you have. And I feel like they're just saying, just revisiting, just a reminder, this is on the shelf back here, just saying, you know. And so it's just a gentle, since you asked from them, they're like, just want you to know that. So that's what they have for you, HTTPS right now. So many blessings to you. Too funny. All right. And then we have Papia Sheil. Hello, hello. Priyanka. So will you be going to IIM Indoor this year? Um, I think we answered this already in another. This sounds really, really familiar. Um, so if you want more information on it, look at whatever session you had asked that in. I know I went back and I did answer it later, so that was done there. Um, I feel here that you might have gotten this almost exact message. I feel like you got something like the Seven of Pentacles or a patience waiting card, because I feel like you don't go to it this year. I feel like you have a different opportunity that you go for, and then it's like a something that you can't pass up this year. It's like I'm gonna go do this, and then the next year is when there's a possibility of going. And I feel like that's the message you got before, that now that those cards came out and that message came through. So I feel like it's a consistent message. That's interesting. But definitely now I want to go check out the other one to see if that's what it was. But I feel like you got a delay, not this year, but next year. But there's something great here with the Queen of Wands, something exciting that you're passionate about that you can't pass up this year. So you had to choose and like, well, I'll go do that next year. I'm going to do this year. So that's what's coming in for you, Priyanka. So many blessings to you. And then Vidi Jalan, you are up next. Hello, hello. So you want to know, what is HT Capricorn's energy towards you? Let's take a look here. What is going on with the Cappy here? All right. So they've got the Two of Pentacles. There's this energy of kind of back and forth, back and forth. Three of Swords, fear of disappointment, fear of heartbreak. So, or being disappointing. And so I feel like they go back and forth with this Two of Pentacles. And I don't know if they seem wishy-washy to you. I feel like one, you might get mixed signals from them. Sorry, I got to remove one of these rings. Ah, there we go. It just feels kind of back and forth. One day they're this, another day they're this. If they're in fear, they're like away, and when they're not in fear, they're kind of, show this energy, and then they're away, and then they're here, and they're away, and they're here, and they're away, and they're here. And that's kind of what I feel is, and it feels like a cycle, and it's like, oh, you're driving me crazy. You're is it whiplash? Whoa, forward. Oh no, wow, wow. It's like, oh, my neck. Can you just stop? Choose, please. And I feel like they're indecisive with that because of their fear of heartbreak. Not that it has anything to do with anything you're doing. I feel like it's just they've had it so much in their life off and on that they just feel like, oh, this is going to happen again. And so they just kind of have that, I guess, like, I'm gonna call it wishy-washy. It's just wishy-washy kind of energy, because of that fear. That fear thing can really suck. But that's what's coming in there with that. And big thinkers, Capricorn energy. Um, they get a lot stuck in their head with the Three of Swords too. The fears. Oh no, got all these rules, all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. And when you have a long list of things that have to happen, there's a long, a high probability of failure. Of, oh, I have so much I have to do, and this is what they have stuck in their head with all of that. So, all right, that's what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me just take a look here and see where we're at. So Charlene Kramer, you are up. And then we've got three more after you. So we're almost done. So hang in there, everybody. We're getting there. So, any messages, Charlene, from your close family or angels that you need to hear right now? I got this Talking to Heaven from James Monprog, and I feel like we're going to take it from here. So, let's see what messages, because they always have messages. They always want to talk. They're always around you every second, you know, of every day. The moment they moved fully out of their bodies to be fully in the spiritual realm, they were right by you and they haven't left your side. So they're always with you and they don't even have to share. They are, they can be around every loved one all at the same time and not, and being 100% present and aware. That's how powerful we are. So let's take a look here and you'll know who this is. It says, here, I'll show you it first. Little puzzle pieces. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. All right. And let's see what additional message they have here. So they want you to know there is a divine order behind everything that happens, including the time of my passing. I realized that you weren't ready to let me go, and in many ways, I wasn't ready either. Since my passing, I've received spiritual counseling to help me see the big picture of my life and my death. And now I understand that I had to leave the way I did. It was part of my soul contract and yours as well. I now see that everything in this universe is mathematically precise. There are no accidents. And at some level, your soul knew that I would leave before you did. We've both been preparing for this transition since the beginning of our relationship. And I am grateful for all the beautiful moments we shared together, along with the lessons I learned from the difficult times. It's all divinely perfect. So I like that. That's their message for you. Everything does happen on purpose, for purpose, even though sometimes we can't see it here when we're down here. It's such a blessing when we're able to. But on the other side, we see, oh, that's right. We see the picture immediately when we pass, because we exist in the spirit world right now, and it's just like our little pinky dipping down into the physical world is our human experience. But this whole massive being of who we are still already over there. We're just don't realize it. And then when we pull back, we're like, oh, that's right. Now I know why I chose everything I did in an instant. We get it. We understand it. We see the thread we were in the giant tapestry. We understand how we touched everyone else's lives and how everyone's lives touched us. And it's just beautiful what they show that we just in an instant see that. So beautiful, beautiful message. That's what they have for you, Charlene. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Rob, R-O-B, R-O capital B. Happy birthday to you again. And you wanted to see, are you going to be getting a new job or your finances improving? You're trying to hard to get a rebalance your life. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know about a new job or in your finances here. Yeah, you've got the 10 of swords here. And so this is a change of thinking and belief and kind of a get out of your head and into your heart kind of message around your situations here. And what they mean by that is when we have a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, we have all this fear of, I got to do all this stuff. It really draws us down and it slows us down and it draws in lower vibrational experiences when we have so much lower vibrational, thoughts that have been given to us. And so with that high priestess, it's taking a step back, really opening up to the spirit world, look behind the veil, dive into your emotions and go, what is it that I truly want in my life? I feel like there's the 10 of swords is getting out of your head around all the supposed to's and find out what is it that you want to do. Because I feel like when you get into your heart, and you really connect with your higher self and go, I know what I want to be and who I want to be and what I want to do, then that changes the energy. Instead of fearing that you're going to fail and not meet up to all these expectations, you have this freedom that comes in where you're like, I'm going to go live my dream. I'm heading this. When you're living your dream, you don't fail. You only fail when you're trying to live someone else's dream. because when you something doesn't work out when you're headed towards your dream, it's not a failure. It's okay, that's information, and I adapt and I change, I keep going. But when it's someone else's dream that's not ours, and we wake up in the morning going, "Oh crap, I got to go live my dream today." So you're living someone else's dream, and when it fails, like I tried, So I feel like there's this alteration, and you're really getting in tune with what is it that I want to do, not what I think I'm supposed to do with my life. I feel like this is a game changer for you because you really open up things in your life and go, you know what? I'm gonna go this direction. And then your whole energy changes instead of fear and lower vibration and drawing in all the stuff you fear that you feel is missing and that you're wanting. You have this gratitude and you have this joy, and it like attracts like. And so you draw in different things. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you. So happy birthday, Rob, and enjoy this new journey. It's time. It's time. All right. So many blessings. Right. And then Happy Pill, you are up next. So, Spirit Guides message about the information you need to have regarding making the decision. All right. Yep, you got the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So, the information you need here is sometimes, we have all of this 10 of Pentacles, 10 and Ace, endings and beginnings. Sometimes we have to let stuff go to make room for something new to come in here. And, you know, the this 10 of Pentacles is like, I've got all of this that I need to do, all of this I need to have, all of this could be overwhelming. And I feel like they're saying, take it back, dial everything back, take a step back. What is truly important? Not what's urgent, but what's truly important in your physical world. And take it down to that, because a lot of times when we have all these decisions to make, we're trying to do it all, and not everything is required and necessary, right? Well, I need this, not. Like, well, no, what do you really need? Well, just that. Well, boom, you can have that. Problem solved, right? And so I feel like there's this clarity in the letting go of some things. And when you let go of some things, it's like, okay, we can do it if we let go of that stuff, right? And so that's what I feel is coming in here. Hopefully that helps bring some guidance in there. All right. And then the final reading, hopefully I didn't miss anyone. This is for Julie. So, Julie, you are up. And for everyone else, I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. As soon as I'm done with Julie's, I will, and I close down, I will jump on and put a long comment of all the order of the readings and the order in which they were done, so you can find your reading more easily. All right. So, Julie, you wanted three major events happening for you in June. All right. Well, you do have three of cups, which means three joyful celebrations that are coming in here in the month of June. One of them, with this King of Swords, it feels like it's some sort of, I mean, education. I don't know. I mean, they're the ruler of education, but I feel like there's some sort of achievement of the mind, achievement of, I don't know, it just feels like you've met a goal. Like it would be like graduating college or getting a certification or getting something accomplished, and there's a celebration around it. The other thing with the 3 of Cups is um a major event is your if you haven't met your tribe yet, if you don't have like two best friends that are like two peas in a pod, I feel like during this month you do find them, you meet them in the month of June. And I'm not going to cheat and say those are two out of the three. It's like, okay, that celebration with the certification or whatever, and then number one and number two. No, both of those you meet, at least you meet one of them. But I feel like you're getting to know your tribe, and these are people that will be with you the rest of your life, people that you will call out on their stuff, and they will call out on you in a very loving and funny way. You guys will just really support one another. And with that, the other thing is with the 3 of Cups is, a major event is a special connection with spirit. This also represents your spiritual posse, your invisible force. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of like validations, confirmations, different things, like repeating numbers, synchronicities. with then that's them just letting you know that they're there for you. That they don't meddle in your life unless you ask them of your own free will. And I feel like June is this deeper and deeper connection, like this really heightened awareness. You're like going to a new level in your relationship with your spirit guide team, your spiritual passe. And I like that. I just feel like you're getting some good mental accomplishment. You're getting some, at least one bestie out of the two that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And then also, this connection to the spirit world is going to be enhanced and go to another level too. So that's what I feel are your three events, three major events that are happening in the month of June. And then, of course, check out your June monthly. I have those for each individual zodiac sign that can give you some additional details too. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you again for your patience and getting to your readings. And I so appreciate your thirst and hunger for spirit and for trusting me to connect it with spirit for you. Thank you for all the thumbs up. It does tell me that you're enjoying the free readings and it helps spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. Of course, I love you too. So until you see you again, enjoy and much love to you. Hang in there. Take care. We'll see you.